welcome to my craft room. My name's Julianne Richards and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in southern Tasmania. Thanks for joining me today. Just checking my iPad, just checking that we're going live to where we need to go live to. Let's have a look. There's usually a little bit of a delay, so it takes a while to pop up. There it is. Let's see. Oh no, my iPad's not particularly charged. This could be interesting. Volume looks okay, I think. It looks okay. Might be a little bit quiet. Let's just have a bit of a look, bit of a closer look. Forgive me for a second. I think it looks okay. Yeah, no, that's okay. I'll turn that down. Yeah, so I don't know. That seems to be coming up okay on the audio mixer. So we'll plough on and we'll assume that everything is okay. Please leave me a comment if the volume is a bit funny from where you are watching. A few minutes early today, I just wanted to show you the card there, the cards we're going to be making today. I did want to show everyone, and if you're tuning in now or you're coming shortly, I did want to show you something I'm really quite excited about at the moment is my online scrapbooking club, which started a couple of months ago. We're on our second kit, and we're actually using the Stampin' Up workshop kits, which are wonderful kits. Great way of starting off with scrapbooking if you're a beginner, or even just getting some wonderful ideas if you're a scrapbooker of old. I scrapbooked years and years and years ago when my kids were little, and obviously they grow to a certain age where they don't want you taking their pictures all the time, so I basically stopped scrapbooking and started card making. But these kits are making me want to take it up, so I've actually printed off like 300 photos from a photo lab, so I'm waiting for those to be available to pick up. So all these wonderful pages that I've created are soon going to be populated with pictures. I'll just show you the kits we've done so far. We've the first month, which I think was February, we did the Everyday You and Me kit, and that kit produces some lovely pages there. You can't quite see them. I'll show them one side. Some lovely pages, gorgeous colours. You guys can tell why I started with this one. As I say, gorgeous. And we're just following the instructions there. There are instructions for cutting. There's instructions for placement. The whole thing is there, so really you don't have to, unless you want to. You don't have to, think too much about popping together these gorgeous pages. If you join my club, for the price of that kit, so all I charge you is the retail and postage on the price of the particular workshop kit that we're doing. You get access to the group and all the extras that come with that. So I'm not charging anything on top of the price of the kit to join my scrapbooking online scrapbook club. So what you'll get is the kit. I do videos showing all of the layouts and the cutting instructions for the three layouts that Stampin' Up recommends, and then I devise three alternate layouts, and I give you instructions for those. So 3 of those, and I work out some cards. I design some cards with the leftovers. So if you have leftovers from a kit, and believe me, they are generous kits. You get lots and lots of leftovers. You make some lovely cards, 5 or 6 cards with those leftovers, with the instructions that I give you in my scrapbooking club group. This month we're doing the Meant to Be, which is again a gorgeous layout there. So there's the 3 there that Stampin' Up recommend. And as I say, there's videos in the group as to how to do all of those. I'll then have worked out some alternate layouts, which are these ones. And again, there are some cards with that as well. So if you're interested in that, next month we are doing, that's April, April, we are doing the Storybook Memories. I think it's called Storybook Memories, Storybook Moments, Storybook something. She said she's just going over to grab it. There it is. Next with Storybook Life. Of all the combinations, I didn't get it. So in April, we are doing Storybook Life. So this is the gorgeous little Peter Rabbit type animals. So that's the kit that we've chosen to do in April. So as I say, just the retail price of the kit. Buy it from me. You get entry to the club, and you get all those lovely value-added extras that I will give you as a member of the club. So, so if you like the look of that one, please let me know you'd like to join in April. If you'd like the other kits, you can always join like in arrears. So join by the Everyday Life one, join the club, and you'll get all those wonderful extras as well. So just because you've missed previous months doesn't mean you can't catch up real quick. And if the club continues, and if it continues to be as popular as it is, I might look at introducing a pay for 2 in advance and get some discount as well. So we'll see how we go. It's all very new. About 7 lovely ladies doing it with me now. So if we can grow that, it would be wonderful. Just reach out. Okay, so today, dear listener, I am struggling at the moment. I can tell you that because a lot of you have been with me for a long, long time. I've got on stage next weekend, so I won't be live next weekend. And then I might take a week or so off as well. I'm struggling with the coming up with things. I'm struggling with my creativity a little bit at the moment, and I think I need to do a couple of weeks of just enjoying my crafting rather than being on a schedule and having to produce something for a video. You won't see me next weekend because of on stage. So hopefully I'm going to relax and have some creative and time and some laughs and a few drinks with my wonderful, wonderful friends. And I can say they're stamping up people who have become true friends, lifelong friends. So I'll see you all there, Deb and Naomi and Jan and Beck and all the other Wild Heart crafters as well. I'll see you all there. But I'm just going to take some me time after that. Still do my classes. Don't worry, Funfold ladies. The classes will still be coming out, and the scrapbooking will still continue, especially given that I am really enthusiastic about that at the moment. But I may be off the air live just for a wee while, just for a couple of weeks. Okay, but today we're going to be looking at a few online exclusives that have just hit the craft room. We're going to be looking at the framed scene dies. Now, the frame scene dies come in a bundle with a sort of a landscapey, naturey sort of stamp set, which I didn't buy. It's not really my thing. And these days I don't buy what I don't like. But I did like the dies, and you'll probably see why in a moment. We're going to also be looking at these two that sort of complement each other. It's the She's the Greatest, He's the Greatest stamp sets. Really, really handy. I really like them as an extension of the Best Family, the stamp set that we do have at the moment in our arsenal. But basically, She's the Greatest has all these great sort of variations on the female or feminine cards. Grandma, mum, mom, sister, aunt is there too. Then we've got the step, great, daughter. So we've got all the generations of your female family there mentioned, as well as some things you can add to that. So you've got a little cat there, so you can be a cat mum or a dog mum or a plant mum. So it's all those sorts of things. So that's the sort of one I'm going to use. But you can substitute your masculine cards as well. So you can be a dog dad or a dog papa or a plant dad or something like that. So so that's the two. So you've got buy both of those, and you've got pretty much both sides of the family covered. We'll also look, because I'm looking at it from a dog parent sort of way, a fur parent sort of way. We'll have one of the cards uses the little ugly but interesting dog from the One More Year. When I saw this one, I didn't actually believe that a dog, I know he's sort of meant to be like a French bulldog or something like that. He's particularly interesting looking, but my son and his partner just got a dog from rescue. His name's Max, and I swear he looks pretty much exactly like that dog on the One More Year stamp set. So welcome to the family, Max, you interesting creature, you. And I thought at the end I will also use the dog on friendly. I haven't actually made this card. I've made it in my head. But let's see how it turns out when I try and make it in real life. So hang around to the end. There might be some comedy of errors coming towards the end of the video. Anyway, so as I say, this is the card I made yesterday that started me off. It is actually on a white card base, and I'm using the frame. I should show you the frame, the dies, shouldn't I, since it's what started us all off here. It's using the framed scene dies, this particular wood grained frame here. So it's just got a wood grain. It's about 2.5 by 3 inches in size, and obviously it's meant with the stamp set that it comes in a bundle with. You stamp the scene, the sort of little mountain scene or a country lane scene, colour it in and put it there like it's, you know, behind a frame in a gallery. But as I say, not really into that sort of thing myself. So I thought to myself, why not turn it into a mirror? Oh, there I am. Why not turn it into a mirror with some silver foil, and then you can make it so that the person you're giving the card to looks at their face when you're telling them that they are the world's greatest human. So in this case, it looks like what I was going for was the look of the mirror being on the wall, a bit of brown weatherboards or floorboards there, and the loving dog looking at their human there. So with the coloured wallpaper behind. So I don't know if you can see. That's basically what I was going for there. But I'm going to do it slightly different with this one. I'm not going to bother with the floorboards. I wasn't overly happy with how that turned out, so it might be a bit of a work in progress to keep that one, to get that one exactly right. But we are going to do the mirror, and I'll do it using the She's the Greatest as well. So this time I'm sticking to the Calypso Coral. I've got a Calypso Coral card base. I'll just give it a bit of a burnish. Good morning, everybody, as you join. I saw Fran there, yeah, and Sharon and Sal and Donna. Hey, Donna, thanks for joining me from Washington. So we've got a Calypso Coral card base. I am using the same designer series paper, obviously with the wallpaper that I was going for, with that look of there being a sort of vertical stripe on the wallpaper. This is from the Mixed Media Designer Series paper, which is absolutely lovely. This time I thought I'd use this other side. It seems a shame to cover over these beautiful, beautiful flowers, so I'm going to use that. Then I've got my mirror frame that I've already die cut. As I say, that's straight from the die set, and I've cut that in. That was, what colour was that? I think that was one of the greys. Let me check what grey that was. I think that was grey granite that I've cut that in. Yes, I think it is. I just think it goes really nicely with the colours of the designer series paper. Tiny piece of silver foil. This is just from a local craft shop. I don't think Stamping Up has a silver foil at the moment, which is a shame. So yeah, just grab whatever silver foil you tend to use in the craft room. And I've cut one of these little ovals from in the dies. There's not just the square. There's 2 little ovals like this. And they're what actually attracted me to the die set to start with. I thought we haven't had an oval in the craft room for a wee while, and I didn't realise they were quite this little. But anyway, I thought there'd be a decent oval. That was my fault completely, because the sizes of the dies are actually in the description, but I just somehow thought they'd be a bit bigger. But anyway, we'll go with the small. So I'm going to be using that one, and I'm going to pop my sentiment on there as well. I do have some ribbon here. Now, I'm not quite sure whether, Deb's not with us, I'm not sure whether I could use a little bit of ribbon. So let's have a look. You guys, I'll let you know. You can tell me whether you think that I need some I can use some ribbon or not. This is just the white woven ribbon. So I've got our mirror, which will be like that there. And then I'm going to have the sentiment box sort of there. So I wondered whether maybe some ribbon around. No, I don't think I've left myself enough room unless I put the sentiment up in there. But I sort of like it down in here. So I don't think I'm going to need the ribbon. It's all right. You guys can. You're off duty. You don't have to help me with that one. Okay, so let's just pop this little guy together, and then we'll see how it goes. So the mirror, I'm going to attach it first of all to the frame. I'm going to use double-sided tape for that, just because the frame has got some really heavy sort of lines in there, and I did find that when I used glue, glue tended to squirt up and through the little gaps, which was a bit messy. So I'm just going to use double-sided tape this time. I'm just going to put it on two sides. It doesn't have to be all the way around in this case. Oh, so Jan's there. Hey Jan, nice to see you, my friend. Not long now. We're building this up in our head, this on stage. I hope it's going to fulfil all our hopes and dreams once we get there. I'm sure it will. We're very, very, very grateful that we're actually going to get to on stage this year, because it's in Brisbane, and anyone who watches the news or lives in Australia will realise that we've just had a cyclone go through Queensland and I think it's going through parts of Queensland and northern New South Wales at the moment, but it was looking like it was going to hit Brisbane pretty hard, and then it sort of petered out, if I'm right. Is anyone watching from Brisbane? Did it end up petering? Is that a word? Peating? Anyway, reducing. By the time it got to you, it was, I think it was just a Category 1 or a tropical low. Yeah, didn't end up being as bad as, well, I'm hoping it didn't end up being as bad as we all thought it was going to be. Oh, glue. I've popped my glue in my bag to take to on stage. I'm going to need something else. Has that got any? I'm just checking whether this has got anything in it. So anyone watching from Brisbane, I hope you're dry and safe. Or Queensland, northern New South Wales, anywhere that Alfred impacted on. Okay, so I'm just going to add, since I've decided not to add that ribbon, I'm just going to add the designer series paper straight to the page. Yeah, that is gorgeous, that is. It's a lovely paper. I liked it as soon as we saw it. I might pop now, since I'm also not using the ribbon, I might pop our mirror up onto some dimensionals. Now, further to the cyclone situation or storm situation, I understand that even with strong winds and heavy rains, people will suffer damage or loss. So I'm throwing it open to my followers, to my group, to the ladies who follow me on YouTube and Facebook and everywhere. If you know of someone who has lost craft supplies, or has lost, a roof and any sort of loss at all during Cyclone Alfred, and you feel that a little care parcel would cheer them up or help them feel better, please let me know, because I'm going to put together probably up to 5. I'll do 5 care parcels of craft supplies. So obviously it's still happening at the moment, and clean up and everything is yet to start. So it's the last thing somebody wants to think about is their craft room. But over the next couple of weeks, the next few weeks, as things settle, if you know of somebody who has lost craft supplies, or you just think that it would cheer them up if they got a little care parcel in the post, please reach out. Tell me a little bit about that person as to why you think they should receive that, or what happened to them, to nothing personal, just some general information, and I will parcel them up. I think as much as I can get into a regular, a medium size Australia Post satchel and send. So they're quite big, and you can get up to 5 kilos in there, but it'll be a mix. It'll be stamp set, maybe a bundle of stamp set, some paper and cardstock, all that sort of thing. I will just pop that together to them from both of us, so from you and from me. So, let me know. As I say, I'll do up to about 5. And over the next couple of weeks, if you reach out, send me a message, send me an email, and I'm sure we can make somebody's day with that. Anyway, okay, so this is as far as I got with this one. I hadn't actually worked out how I was going to go from here. So we're not using the little dog or anything with this one. We're just actually just making it just to a general person. So we want to say that they are cool or great or wonderful, or the world's greatest is what I used on the other one. You're the best. Well, how about we go, you're the best mum? And this one can be like a Mother's Day present or a Mother's Day card or something. So let's do that. So I'm going to go, you're the best. I'll just hear some, speaking of fur babies, I can hear some steps in the kitchen behind me. Ruby's decided to come for a visit. So if she comes for a visit, I'll bring her over. Steve's gone swimming, so she absolutely adores her father, and she tends to get a little bit lost when he's not here. So she only ever comes and visits me when Dad's not around. Unfortunately, I am the spare human in my family. Well, fortunately, unfortunately, I don't know. Sometimes the way she hangs on Stephen's every movement, I'm sort of pleased that I am the spare human. I think when Jan comes to visit, I think I'm even the third human. I'd sort of fall, whoever's here, I fall down the pecking order, even though I'm the one that gets up at 5:30 in the morning to feed her. So you're the best mum. We'll go. Not into the mom, but we're a mum in Australia, or I don't know. Does anyone in Australia call their mum mom? I suppose if you happen to be from somewhere else, you may. I wanted to give the mom a bit of colour, and the colour that's in, no, not that colour. The colour that's in the paper is Calypso Coral, I think. So we'll go that. So you're the best mum. Oh, Jen, that's wonderful. So Jen said she's going to help out with the care packages as well. So there you go. So we might be able to get a few more happening if, we get a few more approaches. So there we are. You're the best mum. So I'll pop this up on some dimensionals as well. So now when mum, whichever mum it is that you give it to, she'll look at this card. She'll see it reflected herself in the mirror there, and she'll know that you mean for her. Anyway, so there we are. You're the best mum. Okay, so there we are. So I'll add some bling. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't go the ribbon way. I think that probably would have made it a wee bit crowded there, but yeah, happy with that. It's a nice little card with a little bit of a what's the word? A little bit of a difference there in the fact that we've got some mirrors happening there to reflect on the person you're giving it to. Okay, so that's what I was doing with the frame and the reflecting there with a gimmick. That was the word I was looking for, gimmick. To get to the point where sometimes your words just leave you. I'm a bit like that at the moment. It's happening a little bit more. I suppose I am getting a little bit older, but yeah, it does. You sort of the words there. It's at the tip of your tongue, and you just can't get it. So that's sometimes if I pause, you'll know that the word is there, and I'm trying to grab it from my memory, and it just isn't quite coming. So anyway, what I thought we would do is use, and this one, if I thought the other one was being made on the spot, then this one is really being made on the spot. I haven't even cut the card base or anything. I have decided on a colour though, so that's something, I suppose. So we're going to use these two little ones here, the two little ovals from the set. And I thought I would use, now it's called a spotlight card. So I thought these two little shapes would be wonderful on the Doggone Friendly stamp set to just highlight one of the dogs here. So say you've got a dog lover who specifically has, I think that little guy there would be a Goldie like Ruby. So you can highlight that particular one with the spotlight, or someone up here or someone down there. There's dogs, I think that's like that will be a little French bulldog there with a bandana, so you could even highlight them if you wanted to. So I might pick, I don't know, someone who looks highlightable. What about this little guy over here with his little, with her little ribbon? I'm assuming she's a she. We're going to highlight this little guy here. Looks absolutely nothing like our new family member Max. Max just looks like probably nothing out of this planet. But anyway, he's in the family now. So, okay, so let's do this one. So I'm going to grab a piece of white cardstock. Being very, 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 very careful with my cardstock at the moment, given the recent price rises that we are looking to have coming through next catalogue. So I may change the way I do my card kits from the next catalogue. Still 3 cards, blah, 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 all the same thing. The dimensions may change a little bit when I'm using a white card base, just to reflect the changes in the pricing and to give everyone the best value. So if you do my card classes, you may be a little bit aware. You may notice a little bit of change as we go, just to, have to not hand on the full price rise to you guys. I'll probably tweak things a little bit to get the best value for everyone. Okay, so there's our doggone, what is it? Doggone friendly? Yeah, doggone friendly stamp set. It's a background stamp, so it's huge. I'm going to ink it all in. I'm not even sure I really know what I'm doing here. I'm really taking it as I go, but we're going to stamp this guy up. Make sure I get everybody with some ink on them. We get one chance only with this guy, because I'm not using my Stamparatus because it's tucked away somewhere and I have no idea where it is. If you have a stamping platform, that would be a good thing to use with a background stamp like this. And again, with the idea of minimising our paper, our cardstock use as much as possible. Okay, so what I tend to do when I use a background stamp, checking my hands are clean. Did you see this here? I was cutting some, it's how what soft girly hands I have. I was cutting up some scraps for the compost heap the other day and gave myself a blister. I thought, cutting things, you give yourself a blister. Obviously not a manual labourer by any stretch. Gave myself a blister. I'm just making sure I get our little dog in properly because I'm not going to get them all in. Gave myself a blister, yes, cutting up vegetable scraps. Thought, yep, definitely got girly hands. Julienne. Bit of black coming off the edge of the ink there. Hopefully I'll get it one go. There we are. So that's the stamp. You've probably seen this one. It's been around for a wee while. The online exclusives, and I didn't buy it, but I might. The online exclusives that just came out, there's a cat version of this one. So it's just a big wall of cats. So if you're not a dog person, then you might not want doggone friendly, but there is a cat version currently available. So anyway, clean that guy off so nothing horrible happens. Okay, so what we said we were going to do is highlight this little Maltese Terrier or whatever it is that's sitting there with its little bow. So that's what we're going to do. So what I'll do is I'll trim this piece down. Where's my trimmer? I've packed everything for on stage. I think I'm down to my, I was going to say crappy trimmer. I'm down to my trimmer that I don't like. But anyway, that's okay. I've packed my good trimmer for Brisbane. I'm going to just trim this down so it's sort of cardish size. Excuse me. The excess. As I said, I didn't really practice this one beforehand. I have no idea what we're actually going to end up with, but I'm sure it'll be nice. There we are. So if I'm going to pop this onto, before I cut anymore, I'm going to pop it onto a real red card base. I was actually planning on getting the real red with the bows and the bandanas and things that the dogs are wearing. Or do I really want that little guy? Because really he's only got red on his bow. I really want somebody who's got a bandana that I can actually colour in and make quite striking. Who shall we do? think he's a little bit close to the edge. How about I do this guy? I'll do this guy instead. He's like a husky and he's got like a bandana on. So I'm going to highlight that guy instead. I think. Doesn't matter too much, but I'll highlight him. Anyway, card base. So to not waste cardstock, I'm taking my card bases up to a full half of A4 cardstock. I usually went 5.5 because that's what the Americans were using, or the US market people were using, because that's half of theirs. Don't want to waste any now, so I'm going to use the half of the A4, which takes it right up to it's just under 15 centimetres, so 5 7/8 is pretty much half. And I'll score it 4 1/8, which is what I usually do, or 10.5 centimetres, and that's going to be the card base there. Hopefully I can. Okay, yeah. It's forced me, therefore I'm going to have to chop a fair bit. No, rethink. I can't go the full 5 7/8. I'm going to have to stick it back down to 5.5. There you go. Rethink. On my feet. Normally I'm going to take it the full extent, but now because of the size of this layer I have to bring it down. Anyway, so let's chop that down. So we want to chop that down to 5 3/8. Take a wee bit off the top, and we want to chop it down to 4. Okay, so that's going to be our layer there on our red card base. Okay, so next thing is we're going to grab those dies. Hopefully I haven't lost them. Grab my cut and emboss. So what we're going to do is take the smaller of the two and we're going to cut out our little friend. So that was the one we were going to do. So we're going to cut out our little friend from this layer. Oh, actually, I like that. Sorry, guys. I am swapping and changing, I know. But as I said, because I didn't really work this one out, I'll go back to our little Maltese, I think. I'm going to chop out this little guy with the cut and emboss machine. Yep, don't want to. So back to our little Maltese Terrier. Chop him out with the smaller of the two ovals. I've had to stand up now, so if you wonder why my voice has gone weird, it's because I've stood up. There we go. So we're just highlighting or spotlighting that little guy there. That's the smaller of the two ovals. Okay, so with the larger of the two ovals, I will cut out a piece of real red. So that's the colour of the card base. It's a fairly big scrap. I wonder if I've got a smaller scrap somewhere. No, that's not real red. It's okay. I won't go. Oh, I should. Here's me saying I'm not going to waste cardstock. Bear with me. I'm going to find a scrap of real red. There must be one here somewhere. No, can't find one. Oh, what's that? Ah, found one. So I don't have to waste. There you go. You non-wasteful Julianne will win the day. So a larger oval of the real red. Pop that one on there so I don't lose it as well. Get rid of that. Okay, so we've got that and we've got our little guy here. So what I'm going to do is pop our little target guy onto there, like that. Then both of those are going to go back onto the piece of, on the background piece, and then both of that goes onto the card. Okay, but before we do that, and the idea of the spotlight cards is that you give this one a little bit of colour. So just the thing you're trying to spotlight, you give that a little bit of colour. So as I mentioned, I'm going to go real red because that's what we've used, and I'll use that on her little bow that she's got above her, little top knot there, and a little red tongue maybe. Okay, so if she's a Yorkie, a Yorkshire Terrier, what colour would I make her? Has anyone got a Yorkshire Terrier? What's the closest Stampin' Up! Colours for a Yorkshire Terrier? She's obviously got some dark bits around her nozzle, her nose. So let's make that something a little bit darker, like what have we got? What we've got? Maybe a pecan pie. I don't know. You can change it for whatever dog you have to personalise it if you're giving it to a specific dog owner. Anyway, I've gone pecan pie for there, and then I'll go lighter for the rest of her. I'll give her some just dark in her ears there. And then she looks like she's got a huge mustache now. Probably mate and crumb cake. The rest of her can be crumb cake. Crumb cake. That's a funny colour, crumb cake. Oh well. You're going to get the idea anyway. There we go. Right down. You can see it goes right down to her chest actually, so that her chest's there. This other dog gets in the way there, but this is all her right down to here. Okay, so there she is. Not that you can see it because that's like far, far, far away. Anyway, so there's our little dog. Looks a bit like a mutant. Looks very mutated, but anyway, that's all good. So what we'll do is we'll pop our little dog up onto the on here with some dimensionals onto the red oval. Where did my dimensionals go? Here. And then the red oval goes onto, so pop that in the centre there. One, I'll glue it to the card base. No, I won't glue it because my glue's been packed away. Anyway, I'll snail it. Huge amount of snail there. Now, continuing here, I did want to use the dog parent or the fur mum sentiment from the She's the Greatest on this one. So there's our little highlighted animal. So we're going to pop that there. We're going to decide what we're going to do with our sentiment. So what the idea with this is that you line up the try and line up the background or the stamp with the outline of what you've left behind, the background, so the continues line sort of thing. So it looks like it's just been highlighted rather than taken out completely. So we'll get our little piece of white again. So what we're going to do this time is we'll probably go, let's go world's greatest dog mum. How about that? World's greatest dog mum. How about we use that? World's greatest dog mum. Yeah, let's do that. Or dog dad, since we can be a bit dog dad, dog papa, dog father, dog uncle. There you go. Could you dogs give it to your dog's uncle? Okay, now we'll go world's greatest anyway. Let's do that. World's greatest. And again, I'll add this in black. So I'm going to cut these out so they're just sort of long lines of words. So world's greatest. I'll cut that a nice little sliver. And then dog is quite small, so we'll use that. And we'll use, like we did with the other one, we'll give some colour to it with the large word, dog mum, dog dad. Let's go dad, dog dad. It's nice and big. I like dog father, but the father is huge, so we won't do that. See how the father's huge is going to take over half the thing, but dog dad works. Dog father's just tickled my fancy a bit. I'll clean that out when I'm finished. Dog dad. This time I'll use red because I've used red as my background. There we go. That's what I was looking for there with the dog slightly overlapping and going into the dad. So we've got world's greatest, which I'm going to chop up with some scissors, nice and little. I've got my scissors packed away as well. I may have to unpack my suitcase, I think. Here's some. Maureen's asked whether there'll be a replay. It'll be recorded on. The recording will be on Facebook for 30 days, Maureen. Under the new rules of Facebook, it'll be there for 30 days, and then they will delete it. But if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and this is a message for everyone, if you like to come back to videos after a while, just peruse them. My videos are permanently on YouTube, so if you're worried about losing access to them after 30 days, which I know a lot of people are, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and you'll be able to get to them forever. There we are. Might cut this one out as well. Yes, it's a bit of a adding insult to injury with Meta at the moment. Lots of other changes happening with the way we go live to groups, and oh, bummer, I forgot to share it to group. Anyway, the way we go live to groups and everything like that, it's all become just way too difficult. But now our videos are going to be deleted after 30 days as well. I realise that's probably a storage issue. Lots and lots of videos that can't last forever. But anyway, as I say, if you want access to them past 30 days, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. YouTube haven't followed suit as yet. Hopefully they won't, given that's why they are in existence. Okay, so we've just chopped this one out. Just followed the edge of the sentiment round there. Just trim that a little bit. There you are, dog dad. And we'll pop there as well with our world's greatest dog dad. I like this. I think that's turned out quite well. I like it a lot. Good, good, good. I didn't know how it was going to work out. I was thinking, how am I going to put a positive spin on it if it's an absolutely garbage card? I'm going to have to pretend that I love it, even if I don't, because that's how you roll. And no, I can honestly say I think that's worked out really well. I might have to give it to Sammy now that he is a dog dad himself. Of the world's weirdest looking dog. Well, actually, I can't give him this one because that is not the sort of dog he's got. But anyway, so there we are. World's greatest dog dad. There we go. And some bling. Maybe I've got did see some rhinestone gems here somewhere. Yeah, here they are. Let's pop those on. And that's our little, what do we call it? Spotlight card already. There we are. Okay, so that's the frames. So we've had a look at a couple of new stamp sets there. We've got our really cute She's the Greatest and He's the Greatest. So we've taken a bit of a pet slant on that with that second card. So there we are. And we've also used the framed scenes dies as well for the frames on that one, plus the frames, if I can find them, with our little inset novelty mirrors there as well. So yeah, hopefully you liked all those. Yeah, as I say, I really didn't know where both of them were going to go, but I'm quite happy with the way they've come out. Okay, so thanks for joining me today. A few things just to remember: scrapbooking clubs, they're available if you're interested. As I say, I don't charge you anything extra than the price of the kit if you want all the extras or the great value that comes with that. No videos for a couple of weeks now, and yeah, I think that's all I needed to say. And yeah, so if you've got any questions about anything that we've mentioned today, please reach out. If you have trouble finding the online exclusive, please reach out because I can work with you to show you how to find them. I was actually going to pop a little video up to show how to find them, but I might do that when I get back from on stage. But anyway, if you're a demonstrator and you're going to on stage, please come over and say hi. I'd love to catch up with as many people as I possibly can. Yeah, it's going to be a great 3-day event, and hopefully I'll get a bit of my mojo back with all the wonderful new products. So anyway, thanks for joining me. I'll see you all again in a few weeks' time. Take care. Stay safe and dry if you're up with Alfred, and I'll see you all when we get back. So, okay, take care.